To establish a brand, don't follow the lead of Scott Morrison. An electric vehicle won't tow your trailer. It's not going to tow your boat. It's not going to get you out of your favourite camping spot with your family. These are the words of Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison in the lead up to the 2019 federal election, uttered despite the fact that most electric vehicles have more torque than their equivalent combustion vehicles. Also in 2019, Scott Morrison derided electric vehicles further, suggesting that they will end your weekend. He has also questioned how much electric vehicles charging stations will cost and whether apartment owners were going to run an extension cord down from the 4th floor of their apartment window. Now, in the lead up to the 2022 election, Scott Morrison is suggesting that 30% of new car sales will be electric by 2030 and that he supports the move to electric vehicles. He even enjoyed driving such a vehicle and is planning to fund EV charging stations. Tell me now, does this lack of consistency inspire trust? In 2021, Morrison's colleague, the New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian, when asked about the practice of pork barrelling, commented, "I don't think it would be a surprise to anybody that we throw money at seats when we want to keep them." Just a week ago, Morrison's deputy, Barnaby Joyce, said in response to a question about lying, "If you ask me something that's none of your business, I'm going to tell you what you want to hear and get you out of my face." He could, of course, have simply refused to answer the question. I contend that these remarks by Morrison, Berejiklian and Joyce would not only impact negatively on their personal brands, but they would impact poorly on the brands of the Liberal Party and the National Party. The only thing that might mitigate this is the broader community perception that all politicians lie and that no political party can be trusted. This is no doubt the result of years of lying by politicians of all persuasions. It is perhaps not surprising, therefore, that only 32% of consumers trust politicians, and I'd have to say I am not one of that 32%. But alas, the situation is little different for business, and indeed for marketing. Only 42% of consumers trust business. Only 4% of consumers say they trust advertising, and only 8% of consumers trust the media. Building a brand, personal, political, business or product, requires trust, and the research suggests that trust is in very short supply. A critical issue for everyone wanting to build a brand in 2021 is to first build the foundation upon which every brand must be built: trust. Maximising the value of a brand involves delivering and being seen to deliver reliability, that is, consistently delivering; credibility, always telling the truth; establishment, being established or appearing to be so; transparency, never hiding anything; and provenance, having a credible history or background. Research suggests that the most trusted brands in Australia today are Woolworths, Coles, Bunnings, Aldi, Kmart, Qantas, Myer and Toyota. The insights? Before you try to build a brand, build trust, and never use Scott Morrison as your role model. Secondly, prioritise reliability and credibility and never lie. Thirdly, prioritise transparency and provenance, and always be upfront. Some questions to ponder? Well, firstly, when was the last time you purchased a brand that you didn't trust? Secondly, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would your target market rate trust in your products? And 3, why is it that all but two the most trusted brands in Australia are retailers? Curious indeed. To find out more, visit www.djohncarlsonesq.com. That's www.djohncarlsonesq.com, or email me, johnc@djohncarlsonesq.com. That's johnc@djohncarlsonesq.com. I'm John Carlson. Thanks for listening.